In this segment, we're going to talk about the very beginnings of the relationship from the first contact that educators have with families, because that sets the stage for partnership. So we're going to talk a little bit about the beginning and then talk a little bit about arrivals and separations. Rukmini, what do you do? What does your service do in the beginning to set the stage and begin partnerships?
We do several things. Consciously and subconsciously. One of the things we do is we have a very comprehensive and supportive orientation process. We try to make it very flexible and suit the family's needs. We allow the family to have full access to our physical space as well as all the knowledge and information that we can provide them. We try and be really clear about administrative processes because sometimes they can be confusing. We allow families time to clarify their concerns. We also have a program that we're trying to launch now, which is a program where we try and put a family in touch with another family at the service who is more experienced, and they feel like they're being supported with somebody who understands how it feels when they first start at a service like ours. We also do comprehensive orientation surveys, so we try and get as much information at the outset. And we really make a point of asking families what are their dreams and aspirations for their children, so that we can get a very clear understanding of what their expectations are of us in providing that education facility for their child. We set this connectivity right at the foundation, right at the beginning, so families understand what our expectations are of them as well, so that we can meet them halfway. We encourage families to do a parent's learning story so we can contribute straight away to the program.
Excellent. Lots of different ways, and it seems like a mix of giving lots of information, getting information from families, but also doing things that begin to establish that sense of belonging, because the framework talks about children's belonging, but it's just as important for families to feel that sense of connection and belonging to the service that they're a part of. So lots of ideas there. Janani, what about you in your family daycare home? What do you do in the beginning of the relationship?
Okay, when a parent first contacts me for an initial interview, I make an effort to ask the parents what is their child interest, as well as any reservations the child may have, because I believe it is very important for the parent to know they are expert in their child's life. And then on that interview day, I will be setting up that activity which child enjoy and child shows interest towards it. Then also I will make the child and the family welcome at the interview, and I will be showing around my indoor-outdoor environment. I will be briefly explaining all the policies and the procedures. Then I will let the parent know that their feedback or suggestions or any input towards the curriculum helps me to create a program that's meaningful to their children. It is very important for me to let the parents know their participation or involvement in the program. It can be their skills or talent is very valuable, or just being an ordinary people and involving in the service is beneficial to the program.
It's really interesting, the very first thing you said about the initial phone conversation with a parent, that one of the things you ask them is what their child is particularly interested in, and if their child has any fears or anything that they wouldn't be interested in, so that you can offer that in the first visit. And it strikes me that that's a very powerful message to a parent straight away, that you want to know what they know, you want their perspective, and that you can do a better job if you have their input and their ideas.
Yes.
So let's move away. There's a lot more we could say about the beginning of the relationship, because it's so important. But let's move away from that now and just think about everyday ordinary arrivals and reunions at the end of the day. Someone has said that partnerships are made or broken around the edges of the day. And those aren't always particularly easy times either for families and children or for educators. Let's think a little bit about arrivals, and we'll start by looking at a parent and child's arrival at Janani's family daycare home. Janani, what do you think are the important elements of arrivals when children and families come to your home? What really matters?
Here you can see I am greeting Harry and Jackie, and then I'm asking Harry about his footy. The reason I'm asking, this is about Harry's family culture. They enjoy footy during weekends and they go and see footy match. So he loves to bring his footy ball to our place and we go and have a kick at our outdoor play area. And also letting Jackie know what will be happening with his asthma medication plan, because when we be visiting playgroup, we will be displaying that asthma plan at the playgroup as well. This is about acknowledging and understanding and ensuring the family's and the child's needs during the arrival. Other than that, usually when a child and the parent arrives, I always greet them and I get down to the child's level and I greet the child and I always ask how was their weekend or what did they do the day before they come to my care. And also when the parents leave, I encourage the child to say goodbye, as well as telling the parents have a great day or have a lovely day, and also saying I love you mommy, I love you daddy. When we have this interaction early in the morning with the parents and the child, it connects the parents and the family to belong in the care environment.
We're saying that arrivals and reunions at the end of the day are really important, and there are lots of things we could look at and talk about in relation to how to make those work really well. I guess most people would agree that one of the most powerful parts of the arrival is the actual separation, and that can set the tone for the child's day and how the parent feels during the day about their child being in the early childhood service. In your service, Rukmini, what do you feel is important, or what do you prioritise in relation to the separations of parents and their children?
I feel that when a child separates from a parent first thing in the morning, many events have occurred up until that point. We are not always privy to this information, and it's really important to set some time aside so we can have a meaningful exchange with that family member who's dropping that child off. For instance, you will see in the vignette that I have a short exchange with a parent regarding an issue that I know is occurring at home. This gives value to their home life. It also builds a concrete connection. If I acknowledge something that has happened at home, it helps the child and the family feel very important and valued while the child is with us. In the second vignette that you will see, you'll also notice that we're really careful to allow the parent to hand over a child only as and when they are ready to hand that child over. It's very important to know children and to act on that knowledge that we have. We should base some things on our observations of their interests as well, and create some rituals around it. Rituals are very personalized and they add value as well to that actual separation. So I feel that's really important.
You've identified a lot of really important elements, and I guess it goes without saying that some arrivals and separations are rushed, that it's not as though you can have a long uninterrupted conversation with a parent every day, but it's really important to have all of those things that you mentioned in mind, as that's what we're aiming for, and that sets the stage for a good day for the child and a good day for the parent.